Hello everybody, welcome back. In the Star Citizen universe there are going to be a lot of different ways to make money, a lot of different careers that we will be able to perform and follow our own path. One of the most anticipated careers right now has to be mining, not only because it is going to be a very detailed activity and nothing like what we have seen until now, but also because it has been confirmed for the 3.0 update. And when we are talking about mining, the ship that comes to mind is of course the RSI Orion Mining platform, a mine behemoth with the proper equipment to discover viable ore but also extract and refine them for the best profit. The Orion is the perfect ship for not only solo players that want to go out there and mine with a crew of NPC, but also a group of players, organizations that want to perform this activity and try to become rich in the verse. Thanks to the equipment, the stats and the capabilities of the Orion, individuals now have the opportunity to undertake tasks that only mega corporations could before, but also bigger organizations have the ability to perform massive mining operations in the verse with multiple vessels like other mining ships and transportation vessels assisting an Orion, or even with multiple Orions. The Orion has a maximum crew of 6 persons, its length is at 170 meters and its mass unladen is at 5,400,000 kilograms. Its cargo capacity for normal cargo is at 216 units and for raw ore is at 13,824 units. What really makes the Orion stand out though is the equipment it comes with. It features multiple independent mining drones that will help you fetch ore from your mines to your vessel as fast as possible. And the best selling point of this vessel is of course the onboard refinery it has. A refinery that will help you make the best profit possible by transforming raw ore into refined ore that you can sell easier and faster. The Orion also comes with a saddlebag class storage system. What we really care of course is the equipment that will allow us to perform mining efficiently, and the Orion comes with a scanner array essential for locating zones of interest and areas with the right ore, the ore and the mineral we are after, and the most important equipment in order to perform mining, a precision laser cutter on telescopic arm that is equipped on a fixed mount on a size 6 hardpoint. This is the mining laser of the Orion and the laser the equipment that will help us perform this activity, that will do all the hard job and allow our drones to reach the ore we are after and bring it back to the vessel in order to store it or in order to refine it for better profit. These aren't the only tools that the crew of the Orion has in order to perform mining successfully and efficiently. There are 4 tractor beams on the vessel that are going to be essential for bringing closer, for capturing and bringing closer chunks of asteroid, bring them closer to the grinder that is located on the front of the vessel so it can process these chunks of asteroids and feed them to the refinery. The Orion has 4 main and 12 maneuvering thrusters, and I think it is safe to assume that it is going to be a slow and not very agile vessel. It is after all a large vessel and quite heavy even when unladen. As for its defenses, it has a maximum shield of size 7 but only 4 size 1 flak guns that will not be able to protect from a coordinated attack from a large-scale pirate attack. It seems that the goal of these flak guns is to keep enemies away, to keep attackers away rather than destroying them, and rely on external help, on assistance or your escort. If we combine the lack of strong weaponry and of course the fact that it is going to be a slow vessel with not very good agility, it is going to be quite wise to have some escort with you when you are performing mining with that mine vessel. A power plant of maximum size 6 is going to keep all your equipment running, and although it doesn't have very strong defenses, I think it is an excellent vessel if you want to perform mining in a safe area, or if you have some escort, some protection from your organization or from hired mercenaries that will keep you safe while you are after the most viable ore, the most lucrative minerals. There are some special characteristics on the design of the Orion that make it look unique, and I would like to mention them. The first one is of course the asymmetrical cockpit that is on the right side of the vessel, in front of the vessel, and it reminds us a lot of the Caterpillar's command module. It is a nice little detail on the design. We can see very clearly the drone docking platforms from where the drones are taking off in order to perform their activity and bring ore back to the vessel, to the Orion. The grinder, like we have mentioned, in front of the ship that processes chunks of asteroid and later feed them to the refinery. And of course it is impossible to miss the cargo container modules that rotate around the Orion and allow for vertical or horizontal docking, and of course loading and unloading container crates faster and easier. As for the crew, there are on-board accommodations on the Orion that are capable of supporting all crew, all 6 members of the crew, for extended duration mining runs. Another special characteristic that makes us take another look at the design of the Orion is the rotating gunner and tractor beam platform that contains 2 of the flak guns and 1 tractor beam on a gimbal mount, making it easy to not only protect the vessel but also help with capturing ore, with grabbing ore and bringing it back to the ship. The Orion is not only a great mining vessel because it makes it easy with its equipment to perform this activity, it is also a very nice example of how mining will work in Star Citizen and which are the most important roles of mining, which are the most important roles a mining crew will have to perform. So if we take a look at the roles aboard this mining vessel, aboard the RSI Orion, we can see that there are some certain roles that are going to be essential for any mining activity. First of all, the pilot, although is an activity that sounds easy, it is very important for the success of every mining operation and can be quite difficult, especially when you have to navigate through a dense asteroid field in order to reach your desired location. At the same time, positioning the ship properly will allow the rest of your crew, especially the beam operator, to perform their jobs efficiently. Next is the scan operator, which is the person responsible of scanning a field in order to find areas with high concentrations of the desired ore or mineral, the ore and mineral we are after, and will fetch us a nice amount of money. And it is also a very important role for determining the exact point of drilling for the best results, and again making the life of the beam operator easier. The beam operator now is the crew member that controls the massive mining laser and is responsible of cutting the asteroids in order to reach the desired material. The beam operator has many tools at his disposal, tools that tell him the concentration of the ores, what type of ores exist, and of course how deep he will have to dig inside an asteroid in order to reach these ores, these minerals. It is a very important role and at the same time very dangerous because one only mistake can cause an explosive chain reaction that could destroy the ship and kill the crew. The cargo operator controls the tractor beams and the grinder and is responsible for storing chunks of ore to cargo modules or forwarding them to the refinery for further process. He is the crew member that can decide if a fragment is viable enough to be stored or it can be ignored. And last but definitely not least is the refinery operator that can be only found in vessels like the Orion that has an onboard refinery and is responsible of supervising the refining process, ejecting back out into space the undesirable elements. An error during this process can cause malfunctions to the equipment that will cost a lot in time and money, so the person or the NPC that will be responsible for this activity has to be skilled and knowing exactly what he is doing in order to avoid such situations. This was the RSI Orion, a mining behemoth that will be an excellent vessel for performing this activity successfully and efficiently, not only for a solo player that wants to go out there with an NPC crew, but also a small group of friends, a small or bigger organization that want to perform a normal mining operation or want to organize a massive mining operation with multiple vessels involved. The only drawback I can find on this vessel is that it will require escort in order to perform this activity safely in a not so secure area, so you will have to spend some of your hard-earned money from your mining activity in order to hire mercenaries that will keep you safe. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.